Namaste, all my little friends. This is Ravi Kishore, and today I am back again with another interesting story from the Mahabharata. Are you ready for another magical story from the ancient times again? Let's start. Tonight, I will tell you the grand story of how an evil king named Jarasandha, who troubled many kingdoms and captured many princes to sacrifice them, was finally defeated not by an army but by a plan, a wisdom, strength, and the power of Dharma. So, cuddle up, close your eyes, and let your imagination take you into the kingdom of Mathura, where our story begins. So, you all know that Krishna is born in Mathura, right? After Krishna and Balarama returned back to Mathura from Brindavan, they defeated the cruel king Kamsa in Mathura. Peace slowly returned to the kingdom. But the evil never gives up so easily. Kamsa had a powerful ally, King Jarasandha. He was ruling the kingdom Magadha, which is currently located in the state of Bihar in Bharat. Jarasandha was not just a friend of Kamsa, he was also father in law of Kamsa. Kamsa had married Jarasandha's twin daughters, Asti and Prapti. When they returned to their father crying over Kamsa's death, Jarasandha was consumed by fury. How dare these Yadavas kill my son in law? He thundered. I will crush them and burn Mathura to the ground, he roared. With burning rage in his heart, Jarasandha called upon many cruel kings, Asura backed warriors, and greedy rulers to join him. Soon he had gathered one of the largest armies the land had ever seen. Do you know how many times Jarasandha attacked Krishna and Balarama? Jarasandha attacked Mathura for 17 times with his massive army. Each time, Krishna and Balarama faced them with unmatched bravery. Balarama's plow and the mace roared through enemy lines, and Krishna's bow and arrow guiding the Yadava army to the victory. But every time they defeated the army, Krishna would let Jarasandha escape. Balarama once asked, Oh brother, why do you let him go each time? We could end this now. But Krishna smiled knowingly. Jarasandha is like a magnet that pulls all the evil forces, evil hearted kings to him. Let him gather, let him come together again. One day we shall deal with them all at once. But Jarasandha had got a darker plan. Jarasandha's cruelty only grew. In his capital, Girivraja, he captured 95 young princes, sons of noble kings, who had refused to bow to him. He locked them in dark dungeons beneath his place. But it does not stop there. He had made a terrifying decision. When I capture five more, he declared, I will sacrifice all 100 in a ritual to empower myself beyond death. I will be invincible. The princes were kept in dark. They were weeping like anything. Their kingdoms left in mourning. The world trembled at the thought of such horrible act. Krishna knew the time had come. But before Krishna acting on Jarasandha, let's try to understand the power of Jarasandha, his magical birth. Many years ago, the king of Magadha and the two queens longed for a child. A sage blessed them with a divine fruit, but king gave them half each to both his wives. Something strange happened. Instead of one boy, the two queens gave birth to two halves, each half of a baby. Horrified, they thought the child was dead. But far away, a forest woman named Jara found the two halves as she lovingly held them together in her arms. They magically fused into a living baby. Then, with one loud cry, the demon woman was killed. So, attached by the woman Jara, he was named as Jarasandha, means joined by Jara. Because he was born in two parts and joined magically, his body was nearly invincible. No weapon could destroy him. Krishna, ever wise, decided that Jarasandha could not be defeated with armies. He needed someone strong enough to fight him hand to hand in a duel. So, Krishna chose Bhima, the strongest warrior of Pandavas, Arjuna, the most skilled archer, disguised as Brahmins, like simple travelers without weapons and crowns. They entered the capital city of Magadha. They walked into Jarasandha's court and asked for a private audience. Jarasandha, following the ancient code of hospitality, welcomed them. But he soon saw through the disguise. You are no Brahmins, he said, eyes narrowing. You are Krishna, Bhima, and Arjuna. Why are you here? Krishna stepped forward and said, we are here for justice. Release the 95 princes or face battle with us. Jarasandha laughed loudly. Very well, I choose battle. Let the strongest among you fight with me. Bhima stepped forward. I accept your challenge. Then the duel began. For 13 days and 13 nights, Bhima and Jarasandha were wrestling together. Their roars echoed across the hills. Trees shook, rivers churned, the ground split under their blows. Bhima hurled Jarasandha, but he rose again. Jarasandha stuck with fury, but Bhima stood tall. The match seemed endless. On the 14th day, Krishna gave Bhima a sign. He picked up a twig, broke it in half, threw them away. Bhima understood the point. He seized Jarasandha, lifted him through into the air, and with a mighty cry tore him into two halves, just like how he was born. But soon after that, Jarasandha's two body parts were joining again. He tried many times. Then Krishna indicated to throw them in the opposite directions, and Bhima this time did the same thing, tore him and threw the bodies in opposite directions. They never joined again, and Jarasandha could not be reborn this time. The evil had ended. The captured 95 princes were freed from the dungeons. Tears rolled down their cheeks as they emerged into the sunlight. They bowed before Krishna, Bhima, and Arjuna. You have saved us, not just us, but our kingdoms as well, they said. Jarasandha's son was made as king, and he promised to rule with fairness and kindness. Krishna had fulfilled his mission. Another link in the chain of darkness had been broken. And so, dear children, remember this. Even the strongest villain cannot win if his heart is filled with hate and adharma. Jarasandha, born of magic and strength, could not survive because his path was adharmic, unrighteous. But Krishna, with his wisdom and love for dharma, found the right time, the right ally, and the right way to restore balance. In life, we may not be warriors like Bhima or wise like Krishna, but we all can choose the path that we can walk, the truth, kindness, and justice. Sleep well, my little ones. Dream of brave heroes, shining stars, and a world where good always finds a way. Shubharatri. Good night.